Okay guys, today we're going to do section 8.3 and it says using intercepts to graph. Now guys, I've taught you one way to graph so far, and that's a table of values. You like to call it a T-chart, and I do too. But that's one way. We just pick three x's and we plug them in and we find out what the y's are, and then we have 3 points. Okay? And we usually pick -1, 0, and 1. We keep them small, have a negative, a positive, and 0, and that'll give us a good idea of what that graph does and what it looks like. Okay? Now, today I'm going to teach you a second way, and there's going to be a total of 3 ways, but this is the second, and it's using intercepts. And you can see there with the quote on the right, and it says right here, oh, look at that. How about that? It says, if I can find out where the line crosses the x and y axis, then I can graph the line by connecting those 2 points. Okay? Now, I'm going to leave myself a little bit of room up there by the line, but I want you to think about this. If the line crosses the x-axis, or the y-axis there, and it crosses the x-axis over here, right? Something for us to look at are what the coordinates look like. Now this point, the red point, it's on the y-axis, which means it has not moved either way, left or right, on the x. So its x is actually 0. We don't know what the y is, but all I have to do is plug in 0 and I get the y. So if I'm looking for the y-intercept, I plug in 0 for x, and that will tell me what the y-intercept. Same thing with the x-axis, with the x-intercept, except it hasn't moved off of the x-axis. It hasn't moved up on the y or down on the y. So for this one, the y is 0. So to find the x-intercept, I make y 0, and to find the y-intercept, I make x 0. Because if it's on the axis, on the y-axis, it hasn't moved anywhere, left or right, on the x, so it's still at 0. So let's take that idea and let's plug it in up here. I'm actually going to get rid of that graph for us. You can go back and look at it if you'd like to. But I want a little room here, and I'm going to call this, we'll say that this is going to be the x-intercept. Okay? And then this one over here, well, I'll do the x-intercept first. And remember, if we want to find the x-intercept, we make the y 0. So 2x plus 3 times, I'll leave that open right now so you'll see that I'm going to put a 0 in there. Actually, I'm going to make it a different color. Let's make it red. Alright? Now, you can see I plugged in 0 for y to find the x-intercept, and I'm going to get 2x plus 0 is equal to 12. And that's just 2x, because anything plus 0 is itself, equals 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 6. So that means that the x-axis, the line crosses the x-axis at 6. The x-intercept equals 6. And its coordinates are 6, 0. Alright? Now I'm going to extend the page in a moment and we will graph it, but let's look at the y-intercept now. Okay? Now, for the y-intercept, you guessed it, I need to make the x 0. Alright? So I'm going to put the x in red right here at 0. Now, when I go about solving this, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3y is equal to 12. 0 plus 3y is just 3y, because 0 plus anything is just itself. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and y is equal to 4. So that means that the y-intercept is equal to 4, and the coordinates are 0, 4. When I plug in 0 for x, I get 4 for y. So let's look at a graph of this. Okay? Here's my x-axis and my y-axis. Alright, there we go. Said that backwards, but there they are. Okay? And it says that the x-intercept is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Oh. Mr. C, I gotta tell you, you're losing it. It's late, guys. It's, I don't know, 6:03. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to plot my points here at 4 and here at 6. And there's our line. Alright, guys. They're rushing me here, but that's the way it works. See you at the first example. Good job.